Hey everyone, and welcome back to Empire Earth. Last time we've completed these 3 scenarios for the tutorial and helped establish the Phoenician civilization. First we've moved our citizens, new citizens, from the Sea of Galilee and established the first city. Next we've learned to advance technologies while also building a new city called Tyre on the island. Well, it's called New Tyre. And then we've gathered more resources in Iberia to send back to Tyre. Now let's continue with more scenarios. We'll see how many we'll complete today. So let's go with the building up.
Phoenician trade has spread throughout the Mediterranean, but Greek raiders are threatening merchants bound for the distant colony of Gades in Spain. You have been given the important task of establishing a safe haven for Phoenician traders in North Africa. Colonists have been provided, and you must build up the basic infrastructure of a city that is to be called Carthage. By following your advisor's instructions, you will learn to develop settlements into town centers and then into capitals.
Ah, Carthage. The other legendary city. Yep, Tunis. The city of Tunis is located where Carthage was, more or less. Okay, history. So, by the 9th century BC, Greek colonies in southern Italy had emerged as important powers in the region, and armed raiders began to harass Phoenician trading vessels. Tyre responded by sending colonists to North Africa to establish there a secure port for her merchants. Phoenicians called the settlement Carthage, meaning new city. The Greeks came to know it as Carthage. Carthaginians give the traditional founding date of the city as 814 BC, though archaeological evidence suggests this date may be a little too early. In any case, Carthage was destined to become the mighty empire in its own right, standing for hundreds of years. The city of Carthage was ultimately destroyed by Rome in the middle of the 2nd century BC, at the end of the Punic Wars. But 100 years later, Romans rebuilt the city. Yep, there was Carthage, the Roman version as well. So let us start. Let's build this mighty city.
You and your Phoenician colonists have been dropped off in North Africa. A city that shall be known as Carthage is to be built here. Your advisors have chosen the perfect spot for a capital building and marked it with a flag. Build the capital near this flag. It will become the center of your city.
Will do. If you give me control. Thank you. Yep, let's build a capital right here. Perfect. Oops. So, civilization points, that should be 6 left. That's from before. Okay, build the capital. Alright, let's do this again. No outlines.
Your capital is finished, and your advisors have surveyed the surrounding land. The limits of the city of Carthage are now marked out with flags. All the buildings that you are required to build for Carthage must be constructed within these boundaries. Additional buildings that you decide to construct can be built anywhere. To feed your people, begin by building a granary within the boundaries. Then ensure that at least one farm gets planted.
Will do. Let's see where to build it. This will be nice. I know it's sound, but oh well. Right here. I already selected 8 for every single farm. Yep. There'll be 8 farms right from the get-go. Let's increase wood gathering. Yeah, might as well. Then let's get more citizens.
Carthage is off to a good start, but no city is complete without a temple to honor the gods. Build a temple within the city limits. Although your capital and granary required only wood, other buildings, such as temples, require stone as well. Some stone has been provided for you.
Okay, a temple. I think this is a good spot. Nope. Ah, there. Right next to the coast. And within the boundaries. Yep. Did I miscount and it's 7 only? Okay.
Carlos.
Go and build another farm. How many are here? 6.
Pote. Stoma. Talas.
Excellent. You have done proper homage to the gods. Eventually, you will
okay,
use temples to
dog.
train priests and prophets. Temples also protect against calamities. But for now, do not forget your primary mission, to provide a safe haven for Phoenician vessels. This will require docks. Build at least one dock on the shore near your capital.
I'm doing that right now. Well, according to the map, this place should be better protected. But for a start, this will be fine.
Pote. Carlos.
To secure the future of your fledgling city, you must gain control of vital resources. Gold and stone mines can be found inland, outside your city limits. Colonize both of these areas by constructing one settlement near the stone mines and one near the gold mines.
Will do. Let's target the gold first. Yep. Here's gold and stone is near the coast. Once I have 6 additional citizens, I'll send them on the way to the stone. Okay. Food, wood, stone and gold. I don't see iron, so most likely not necessary. And let's mine this one on the left. Good. Where are you going? Let's also get some fishing boats for more food, because why not? We have a dock, so might as well use it. I actually don't see any fish, so I'll send for exploration to find fish. Oh no, it's right there. Plenty. Okay, one more. Also, let's get more citizens. Oh, this will be fine.
Pote.
6. Let's go for stone. Nice. Talas. I hear you. There was mention of creating town centers, so that requires 5. So that will be another 5. 1, 2, and 3. That should be enough. There's so much fish here.
Currently, you have good relations with the indigenous peoples of this land, but that could change. To protect your access to the mines, upgrade both settlements into stronger town centers. Settlements are upgraded by populating them with citizens. Select a group of citizens. The round button with the steps and columns is the populate button. Click the button and the mouse pointer changes to a hand. Now click on the settlement to populate it. The group of citizens will walk to the settlement and go inside. Note that clicking the Cancel Action button would have canceled the populate action, turning the hand back into the normal mouse pointer.
Okay. Both of them. Nice. So, what are you
Several
sending?
citizens are needed to run a town center. So if the settlement didn't upgrade, populate it with more citizens until it does. Once inside the building, citizens take up permanent jobs and cannot leave. They are also removed from your population count. If the citizens were carrying resources, those resources were deposited in your inventories. Make sure to upgrade your other settlement into a town center in the same way.
Will do. You audit for both. I will do that.
Your colony is succeeding admirably.
Ooh,
Your fellow Phoenicians now have a safe
Talas.
harbor on their way to Spain and Sicily.
Stoma.
New colonists from Tyre have arrived in Carthage. You can put them to work gathering or finish populating your buildings.
I will spread them out for gathering as well as populating. Let's separate 5 of them. Well, 4 actually. That's 3
Talas. Stoma.
there. Let's get 6. Go for that stone deposit. That's
Talas.
5, 6 for our gold. Now
Pote.
another 6 more for wood.
Talas.
So that will be 6,
Pote.
8.
Talas.
Let's increase food production.
Stoma.
Another farm, perfect. And there's 6
Pote.
more for, you guessed it, gold. And this is a town center now. Let's just finish this.
Talas.
Okay, that's 5.
Stoma.
Go there. Let's just finish the farm and then I'll populate. Oh, irrigation. Let's research it as well. Okay. That's plenty of gold. Gold flows through this land, as we see. There we go. This farm is done. We can
Pote.
populate
Talas.
this settlement.
A
Perfect.
bonus of populating your settlements is that citizens dropping off resources at a populated building get an economic bonus based on how many citizens are working inside. Now it is time to start gathering gold and stone for your growing city. Stockpile at least 100 units of each.
Oh,
If
I
you
already
wish,
done that.
set rally points for your 2 new town centers and queue up citizens at them. Capitals provide the largest economic bonus since they require more citizens. They are also stronger buildings than town centers. Keep creating citizens and send them to populate your 2 new town centers. Once they are populated with enough citizens, they will automatically upgrade into capitals. You can view the current number of citizens inside by selecting the building. The population level is shown in the information area.
Okay, into capitals. So I'm doing just that. Since the rally point is on the building, they populate it immediately. And town centers can produce citizens just as well as the capitals.
Citizens can populate the town center or capital where they are created. Just place the rally point for the town center or capital on itself. Note that capitals can continue to be populated for larger economic rewards, up to a maximum level.
Yep, I'm doing that right now with the capital as well, since it will not increase population. Might as well do that. Oh, it's going 8. That should also be 8. Let's speed it up. No, that's speed. Okay, 5 more for each. And Carthage will be established. Nice. Okay, 2 more. Okay, 1 for each, and we'll have 2 capitals. Well, 3 actually, plus the 2 of those and the original. Nice. So there we go.
You have done a masterful job. Under your astute leadership, the Phoenician colony of Carthage is growing to become a major power in North Africa. Soon, Carthage will break free of her mother city, Tyre, and emerge as an empire in its own right.
Yep, that is going to happen. I'm not sure if they break free or Phoenicia itself is conquered. By Babylon, I think. Or was it ultimately Persia? Well, both of them did, I think. Alright, so Carthage is established. Now we can leave. Nice, what's next? Combat and defense. Finally. Some military units. Okay, towers, walls, gates. So let us continue. Now I wonder, will we be with Carthage? No. Now we're Romans.
Roman Emperor Constantine knew the eastern half of his empire had become too big and too remote to be effectively governed from Rome. Another capital was needed, closer to the Asian provinces. He decided to build his new city on the Bosphorus Straits, near the existing town of Byzantium, and he would call his glorious new city Constantinople. One should never assume that all will remain peaceful. To protect Constantinople, you will train an army and be shown the basics of combat. You will also construct walls and towers.
Alright, so we're Romans. Constantine. Alright, when Constantine the Great became the sole ruler of Rome in 306 AD, his first priority was to restore order to the empire. It had been divided into eastern and western halves 50 years earlier by the Emperor Diocletian. Each half was administered by its own emperor, known as Augustus, assisted by a hand-chosen heir known as Caesar. This arrangement, called a tetrarchy, or rule by 4, would not suit Constantine. He reunited East and West under his direct imperial authority, but he soon learned that this vast realm could not be governed from the city of Rome. A new capital was needed, closer to Roman territory in Asia and Africa. It would replace an earlier capital built by Diocletian, the city of Nicomedia. This new capital was to be called Constantinople, which means Constantine's city. But the Eastern Empire would always be known as the Byzantine Empire after the sleepy town Constantine had transformed into a teeming metropolis. Well, it's the West who calls it Byzantine. The Byzantines themselves called themselves Roman the entire time. Alright, let's start. Let's build the great city. Or rename the original.
Welcome to the future site of glorious Constantinople, sire. Preparations are proceeding well, but Isaurian warriors camped in the mountains have been giving us some trouble. We need troops to defend against them. Select the barracks and use the phalanx button to train 6 phalanx foot soldiers. We currently have just enough resources to accomplish this. Remember that you can queue up units.
Convenient. Just enough resources. Alright. It's just a tutorial. Don't need bonuses. Okay, 6 phalanx units. There we go. Let's gather before the Emperor. Let's speed it up. Byzantium.
We know the Isaurians attack in waves, sending their units armed with shock weapons first. Shock weapons like swords are best counterattacked with piercing weapons like spears, such as those carried by our phalanx units.
Orders?
Ah. With phalanx. And those with swords are excellent against archers, which is what we have here.
Our small army is ready just in time. Isaurian raiders have been sighted riding towards the city. But look, the chariot archers of your Imperial Guard are trying to attack the Isaurians.
Okay, let's slow down and see it happen. Yep. Well, those are maces, I think, not swords. Oh, you took out one of them.
Alas, your Imperial Guard has been wiped out. They were courageous but foolhardy, my lord. As you see, archers are not effective against soldiers armed with shock weapons. Fortunately, the Isaurians have retreated for now, but they will return. When they do, use your spear-wielding phalanxes to wipe them out.
Well, they didn't retreat. They're right there. Okay, we're just in time. Have
Your orders? For the throne!
my 6 phalanx.
For honor and glory!
I just go. I'm not sure if... Oh, what? Nope, there is no attack move. And groups are not working for me.
Where should I go? Your orders? For honor and glory! For the
Okay,
throne!
I'll need to do it manually.
For honor and glory! For the throne!
There we go.
We're under attack! For honor and glory! Where should I go? For the throne! For honor and glory!
Okay,
For the throne!
try not to die. Perfect.
For honor and glory!
Excellent! Your phalanxes have eliminated the raiders. As you see, warriors with shock
Your
weapons are
orders,
best
sir.
countered by soldiers armed with piercing weapons. Soon
Nice.
the Isaurians will send a second wave of warriors. These are sure to be archers. We saw earlier that our archers were beaten by their shock weapons, so train 6 short sword units at the barracks to face their archers. Resources for them are now available.
Thank you for providing them. Let's get those short swordmen. Speeding up again. To get them faster.
While the remaining short swordmen are being trained, sire, let me remind you that you can set a rally point for the barracks.
Don't need, I
Either
already
use
did
the
that.
round Set Rally Point button to place a rally flag, or simply right-click on the map while the barracks is selected. The troops trained at the barracks will congregate at the rally point.
I already did that, but thanks you for the reminder. So... archers will arrive. Yes?
Isaurian bowmen have been sighted, Your Highness. It looks like your remaining phalanxes are taking them on.
Foolish, but oh well. And there's 6 of them, although one of them is pretty much dead already. Oh, at least one is down.
The phalanxes fought courageously, but
Oh,
in
I'm
vain.
on the last one.
Units with piercing
Perfect.
weapons are not very effective against archers. Send your short swords against the Isaurian bowmen, and you will see that they are much better suited for the job.
Yep. And just in time to have all 6.
Attack with sharp
Let's
and
go.
steel, with all my heart.
With all my heart.
Attack with sharpened steel, with all my heart.
Alright, so... who's the most injured? No one.
Attack with sharpened steel,
Let's deal with them one by one.
with all my heart. attack with sharpened steel.
Excellent. And they really are not effective. Okay, 3 left.
The
Good.
Asarian bowmen have been defeated. Soldiers armed with swords or other shock
With
weapons
all
are the
my
most
heart.
effective troops to send against archers.
Excellent.
The third Asarian attack wave will consist of javelin throwers, who are best countered with archers. You can train new chariot archers at this archery range. Select the archery range and click on the chariot archer button. Train a total of 6 chariot archers. You have been given enough resources to accomplish this.
Doing this already. Let's once again speed up. So it will go on faster. Sorry, but your lives are pretty much
This may
forfeit
be a
at
good
this
time
point.
to experiment with advanced orders, such as behaviors and formations.
Ready,
Select
my
a group of
lord.
units and notice the 2 octagonal buttons that appear above the basic action buttons. The first button, on the left, sets the unit behavior of the selected troops. Click on this button. New buttons appear to allow you to select a different behavior. A behavior essentially defines the rules of engagement for these
With
troops.
all my heart.
Try selecting a new behavior. Note that you'll see a difference in your troops' behavior only when they engage enemy units. The button next to Set Unit Behavior is the Set Formation button. Clicking it provides you with a set of formation options. Formations are standing orders that tell your troops how to line up at the end of a move order. Try selecting a formation. Now, with your unit still selected, right-click on the ground where you want them to
I
move.
already tested
When
it
they
out.
get to their destination, they will line up in the formation you selected. Try moving those same units again, but this time hold the right mouse button down when you right-click. With the button held down, moving the mouse displays an arrow. The arrow indicates the direction your units will face when they line up in formation. Choose a direction, release the mouse button, and watch the results. The final wave of Asarian javelin throwers have been sighted. The short swordmen are moving to engage them. You'd think they'd know better by now.
Yep, you'd think, but they're not. I usually like the guard formation. Not formation, but behavior rather than aggressive, so that they return to the same place they started, not to wander off. This one.
Okay, my lord.
Ah,
Outstanding.
they don't let me. Sorry, I can't help you.
The short swordmen were completely wiped out. Swords and other shock weapons are not very effective against piercing weapons. But now you can use your new chariot archers to annihilate the enemy javelin throwers.
Yeah, I could have helped, you know, but you didn't let me.
Outstanding.
Okay, ranged units.
Okay, my lord. Outstanding. We're under attack.
Good. Well, if you're not attacking me, that's fine
Okay,
by
my
me.
lord. Outstanding. Okay, my lord.
Perfect.
Outstanding.
The Asarian javelins have been defeated by your chariot archers.
Yes, my lord.
As you see,
wish.
archers can be very effective when used properly. Always remember, sire, arrows beat piercing weapons beat shock weapons, and shock weapons beat arrows. With our borders safe for now, it is time to transform Byzantium into Constantinople. The first order of business is to construct defensive walls. Walls require stone, which has been provided for you. To build walls, select one or more citizens and left-click on the wall button.
Okay.
Then, left-click on the map to indicate the starting point for the wall. When you move the
It's
mouse
simple
across the
enough.
terrain, a ghost version of the wall appears. Left-click again on the location where you want this section of your wall to end. You can now
Okay,
left-click a
wait.
third time to place another section of
Let's
wall
get over
attached
here
to the
and let's
first.
see.
Right-click at any time to stop placing walls.
As you wish.
If this seems complicated, sire, don't worry. You'll soon get the hang of it.
Certainly.
There.
As you wish.
Certainly.
Perfect. Oh,
As you wish.
Let's go around, and that's enough for
Even though
now.
wall construction has started, you can make the work go faster by assigning more citizens to the task. Just select more citizens, then right-click on a wall foundation.
Yep. Enclose all the buildings of Byzantium. I'm doing that.
If you attempt to lay down a wall but have run out of stone, wall foundations will not appear. You will have to try again
What
when
is
you have
this?
sufficient stone. Also note that individual units of wall cannot be built on top of existing objects, like trees and buildings or on water. But the rest of the wall will be built around these obstacles. You can go back to fill in gaps later. Your new wall is coming along superbly, Highness. Just 25 more wall sections will bring us very close to completion. Don't worry about closing yourself in with walls, sire. When you're ready, I'll show you how to build gates.
Yeah, I'm not worrying. 2 gates will be enough. One here and one here. Since there are 2 roads.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, once this built, I'll get to the sea and just explore this place. Perfect.
Excellent.
Certainly.
Your new wall is nearly complete. You should look around and fill in any gaps that may still remain.
Certainly.
Yep. Whoa, that's a big gap.
Now it's time to put in a gate. Left-click on any straight section of wall. You'll see a gate button at the lower left corner of your screen.
As you
Click on this
wish.
button and straight sections of wall where gates can be placed will be highlighted
Certainly.
green. Move the mouse pointer over the
As you
green
wish.
walls and a ghost gate will
There.
appear. To build a gate where the ghost is, simply left-click and it will be placed there immediately.
Okay, at least 1 gate. I will build them once I finish the wall. Don't you worry. This is just in case they take away my citizens. Well, not mine, but you know what I mean. Now we shall see if we can enter the city just by walking around.
Certainly.
Nope, you can't. Perfect.
As you wish.
So let's build a gate here.
Well
Nice.
done. Notice that
And
you do
another
not need
one.
citizens to build gates, and gates do not cost any additional
Let's
stone.
replace those stupid
As long as you have a
towers.
straight section of wall that is 5 sections long, you can make a
Yes.
gate.
Lord.
Gates only open for you and your ally, sire. But if you lock a gate by clicking its lock button, no one can pass through. In addition to walls and gates, you can defend your city with towers. Select 1 or more citizens. You'll see that the tower button is now available. Click the button, then left-click on the site where you want the
Yes,
tower to be
Lord.
built. Like walls,
Yes, my
towers
lord.
cost stone. Build at least 2 towers to demonstrate to the people that Constantinople will be secure against her enemies.
As you wish.
2, I'll build 4. Okay,
Certainly.
next to the gates.
As you wish.
Be careful who walks here. I see the gate goes right through the tower. Clearly didn't anticipate to have a gate right in the corner like that, but oh well. How many? 2 towers. Well, I built 4. Unless they take away the citizens. But the city is closed off, that's good. It's defended. Okay, 1 tower. Conveniently, the
Building
Osorians were
defensive
coming
walls
this
and towers is a good
and
step
this
forward,
direction.
my lord. But what if you need to destroy the walls and towers of your enemies? The most
I'm
effective
listening.
way to do this is with siege engines, which can be produced only at a siege factory. There is one already built in the city for your use. Alarming news has arrived, Your Highness. The city of Nicomedia is in revolt. They fear the rising power of Constantinople. A demonstration of your authority is needed. Produce 2 catapults and 2 stone throwers at your siege factory. Just up the river, a transport is waiting for them. When the siege engines are finished, load them on the transport by selecting them and right-clicking on the transport.
I don't have resources for 2. Interestingly enough.
Yes, my lord.
And I can't gather wood. And that's just stone. 2 and 2. So, a dilemma.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's go for wood and see what happens.
As you wish.
Okay, I have points, so let's see. Field can't anti... I'm not sure if that's correct. Siege. Cost reduction. There we go. Oh, did they give me resources? Anyway. Those points are just for the tutorial regardless. So when I go through the campaigns, I think I'll have them fresh from the start. Each campaign has its own. I really wanted a gap here, but that house is in the way.
Yes. Certainly.
They have no
As
place
you wish.
to return resources.
Certainly.
Perfect. Okay. Let's get this one. And then load them in the transport.
Yes, my lord.
As you wish.
And there we go. Nice. All of you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Enter the transport.
All hands on deck.
With the siege equipment loaded aboard, the transport
Hoist
can
the
be sailed across the
sails.
river and unloaded. Flags have been set to show a safe place to unload. Select the loaded transport and click the unload button. Then right-click on the shore next to the flags. The transport will sail to that location and unload the siege equipment.
Oh, I will unload, alright. Okay. Nicomedia. Let me guess. Destroying that gate. Since it's highlighted like that. Let's unload.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Good. Now if you destroy the gates of Nicomedia, it will be enough to show them who is boss. Select your siege engines and right-click on their gate to start the attack.
I have that destroyed the gates of Nicomedia.
Note that stone throwers do splash damage and are therefore good against a massed group of people. Catapults, on the other hand, do more damage at impact and so are more effective against structures like walls, buildings, and gates. Both can be used in your attack on Nicomedia.
Perfect. Oh, that's a lot. Let's speed it up, that will take a while. If only you let me build more. And a bit of a stupid revolt if they have no soldiers of their own to defend against, well, just this. Alright, so only 6,000 hit points left. Well, less than that now. It's actually be over quick. Fire. behind. Oh, really? There we go.
Your show of force has been successful, Emperor. The rebels of Nicomedia have surrendered, and with the new government firmly established at Constantinople, this region has been secured for the future. Long live the Empire!
Perfect. City is secure, and so the empire is stable. For now, let us continue. Priests and prophets. So now we're the Romans, so we're just continuing with religious units this time. Let us begin. Constantinople.
By the 5th century, Constantine was long dead, and the Roman Empire had been split into two parts. The eastern half became known as the Byzantine Empire. The first emperor of Byzantium, Arcadius I, was weak and easily manipulated. In fact, it was his wife, the Empress Eudocia, who truly held the power. Self-indulgent and tyrannical, Eudocia threatened the survival of the new empire. A strong religious leader was needed to confront Arcadius and Eudocia. Only such a leader, a prophet, could demonstrate to them what true power was.
Right, a prophet. So, in the 75 years following the founding of Constantinople, the new imperial capital flourished, quickly becoming one of the greatest cities of the ancient world. Constantine's walls were soon overgrown, and a new set of walls were built by its great successor, Theodosius. But by the 5th century, Constantine and Theodosius were dead, and the empire was split into two parts permanently. The eastern half would be known throughout history as the Byzantine Empire. Well, in the west at least. The first emperor of Byzantium was Arcadius I, a weak and easily manipulated man. The Empress Eudocia, his wife, was the real power behind the throne, but both emperor and empress found that their authority was challenged by the Greek Orthodox Church. In 404, the powerful patriarch Saint John Chrysostom confronted Arcadius and his queen directly. As a result, Eudocia had John banished from the realm. This led to riots by the holy man's supporters, and ensuring violence, the Senate was burned to the ground. Months later, the Empress Eudocia died in childbirth. Chrysostom. Interesting.
Potential converts are sure to be found at the forums. Come, we must get started. To convert someone, select a priest. Then click the round convert button and right-click on the person you want to convert. Alternately, you can simply right-click on the person without clicking the button first. Remember that some people take a little longer to convert than others.
Certainly.
After the conversion, the priest's power must be replenished. This happens automatically over time. The blue bar over the selected priest's head shows his current level of power. You are entering the wealthy district of Constantinople. The city's universities are located there. Citizens who are too close to a university cannot be converted due to the institution's influence.
So universities prevent me. You must build a temple where you can train a prophet. To do this, begin by converting at least 8 citizens and bring them to the flags outside the city. Here. And that's okay. Religion. Priests. Might as well get this and this, just to get all of the points.
Yes, my liege. How may I help you? Yes,
there.
my liege. How may I help you? Hallelujah!
Let's convert. Oops.
Yes, my liege.
No, not that.
How may I help you? Yes, my liege. By the gods!
I need 8, so that's 3. Here's the 4th one.
By the gods!
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that should be enough.
Hallelujah!
Or, yep.
By the gods! Hallelujah!
And let's gather everyone.
We have enough followers.
Certainly.
Let us
Yep.
bring them to a safe area outside the city, where gold and other resources are abundant. The area has been marked with blue flags.
Interesting that gold and iron is abundant right next to the capital. Anyway, there's no gates here. Well, there are two fortresses. Okay, 3 Colosseums. Is it not too many? Well, it's a big city, so maybe. Anyway, everyone's here.
Our followers have arrived at the designated site in the mountains. It is time to build a temple here so we can train a prophet.
Certainly.
Certainly. And then a settlement. Yep, within the flags. I'm doing that.
At last, we have a temple that the Emperor and the Empress do not control. The time has come to train our prophet. Select the temple and click the prophet button.
Yep, I'm doing that right now. Also, there's some research.
Yes, certainly.
Get gold,
Yes, my lord. Yes, as you wish.
wood,
Yes, my
and
lord.
1 stone.
Certainly.
Notice that other buttons inside the temple can be used to research new religious advances. Eventually, in later epics, we will be able to research skills that will allow us to convert enemy priests and enemy buildings. But for now, all we need is a prophet. At last, a prophet walks among us.
The end is
Left-click on him and notice that he has the power to cast terrible calamities on our enemies. As you see,
Malaria.
the prophet can summon firestorms, earthquakes, volcanoes, and malaria. There are other calamities as well, but these 4 will serve our needs for now.
The end is coming.
Okay,
I foresee
So-
victory.
what should I do?
The end is coming.
Let us take our mighty prophet into the city.
I foresee
He will destroy the
victory.
Senate building with a series of terrible calamities. That is sure to bring the emperor and his wife to their senses. But care should be taken when creating a calamity, because it can affect
The
our
end
own
is
people
coming.
as well as our enemies. When you review the calamities available, notice that each costs a certain amount of power.
How may I help you?
Our prophet will need to have sufficient power charged up in order to summon the calamity in question.
By the gods!
For this demonstration, however, power recharges faster than it would normally. When you get to the Senate building, I suggest casting a firestorm first. You'll see how
Firestorm.
it quickly spreads to all the surrounding buildings. Then try invoking an earthquake. They inflict more damage, but the effects are more localized. Your prophet has arrived at the Senate. To cast a calamity, select the prophet and then click a calamity button. Finally, click on your target. Remember to try a firestorm and then an earthquake. After that, you might try a volcano. Malaria is effective against people.
Well, no malaria, but I'll use the other 3. So, firestorm.
To see how much damage is being done to the Senate, hover the mouse pointer over it to watch its hit point bar. One thing to note is that calamities cannot be summoned in the vicinity of a temple.
I foresee
Perfect. Now, where can I place a volcano? I might not even need it, actually. That's another. Perfect. And a volcano. Perfect. Excellent. That's what they wanted.
We are under attack.
Another firestorm. And there we go.
Well done. The Senate of the Byzantine Empire has been destroyed. Shocked and alarmed by the power of Constantinople's religious leaders, the Emperor Arcadius and the Empress Eudocia have yielded to the clergy's demands. New reforms are to be enacted to provide justice for all the citizens of the Empire.
Excellent. Okay, we can stop now. So the Senate is gone, and the Emperor and Empress are defeated. So, there's that with the religious units, and that's pretty much all the time I have for today. So, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time, when I will finish the learning scenarios, and after that we can start this game fully. So once again, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!